Hello, this is Brandon from the Outpost RV. I'll be doing a video walkthrough with you for your camper. So inside here, you're going to have your 50 amp cord. Since you do have two ACs, you'll be going with the 50 amp. And then on the inside here, here is going to be a crank handle for the override on your power tongue jack. On the inside here, you're going to have a light that is just press button right in the center. And then you're going to have the solar controller. And that there is, if you hook up a battery to the front, this unit does not come with a battery. And then down underneath here, you will have your stabilizer jacks. This is stabilizing, not leveling. So as you put it down, one side will go down and then the other, and it will equalize in pressure. When your jacks are down, you do not want to run your power tongue jack, otherwise you will put the stabilizer jacks into a bind. If you do overextend your stabilizer jacks, you do have a mini breaker that is right up here, and it will trip the mini breaker, but it will reset in about 5 to 10 seconds. And then going up front here, this here is where you would hook up your battery. You're going to have your negative and positive terminal right here, battery disconnect. And you will want to have this in the on position if you do want the camper to be charging your battery or you want to run things on the inside. And then you're going to have two 20-pound LP tanks, and they are both filled. And that'll be right here. And right here at the top of your power tongue jack, this is going to be where your override handle would go into to crank that up and down if you have no power to your power tongue jack. Extend and retract will be right here, and then your light. And then you have the carrier on the side to hold your chains and your 7-way cord. Around here, you're going to have your on-demand water heater. All you'll need to do for it is make sure your gas is turned on, flip the switch to the on position, and you should be ready to get hot water. There will be a monitor on the inside, and you can adjust the water heater temperature with that. And as far as freshwater tank fill, that will be right here. When you are using your freshwater tank, you will want to use your water pump to pressurize your water lines. When you are using your city water connection, the pressure through the hose will pressurize the lines on the inside, so you will not need to use your water pump when you're using your city water connection. Outside shower will be there. It'll be hot and cold side. And then freshwater tank fill will be up there. But down here is going to be your drain. So you do want to have that closed up. This little white hose is going to be your overfill. So if you do overfill the tank, water will be coming out right there. And then you do have a light right here on the side. The main switch will be on the inside. The outside switch here is going to be your secondary switch. And then this here will be your cable connection. This is for on-site cable. If you do have a hookup, you do want to turn your TV booster inside off when you are connected there. But obviously, if you want to bring in your local channels, then you do want to have that turned on. Down here is going to be where your gray and black tank dumps will be located. Gray tank will have the gray handle, black tank, black handle, and you'll just open it right here. As far as slide room, you do want to make sure that the leaves and twigs are cleared off when you do run that in. Otherwise, you can pinch twigs in there, and then it'll just funnel water onto the top of your slide room. There will be a notice here to check your lug nuts, and that is at 50 miles, 100 miles, then at 200 miles, at 100 foot-pounds of torque. In the back here, you'll have your storage area. And then your 50 amp plug will be in the back here as well. And then also with your stabilizer jack, there is an override handle, and you'll hook it up on the driver's side. You're going to have a front and back. Your switch will be all on the passenger side or door side. And then as far as a sewer hose holder, you'll just pull this end off and you'll be able to put your sewer hose in there for storage. The back rack here is rated at 200 pounds, that is without the spare tire. So it's actually rated at about 150 pounds. And then you do have a rack in the back that you can actually hook a Lippert ladder up to, and then that'll extend up on past right there. And then you do have a backup camera. So at higher speeds, the backup camera will glitch out, so it's only for backup. You can do it two different ways. You can download the One Control app. It is a little bit difficult to connect to. The reason for that is your phone doesn't like to connect to a Wi-Fi system. So it'll automatically kick it off because it has no internet on it. But if you go into your Wi-Fi settings and manually click on it, then it will usually stay connected to it. But you can also buy a monitor for $250 that automatically pairs to it, so you don't have to worry about that. And then for the outside kitchen here, here is going to be outside refrigerator. It is going to be a 110 refrigerator, so you will have to be hooked up to Shore Power for that. The refrigerator on the inside will be 12 volt, so that'll run off of your battery as well if you have that hooked up. And then this here will be your ice maker. You'll just pour water into the front here. It'll kick up, make your ice in the back, and then it'll flip it up into this tray up front. And just some storage in here. Lights out here will just be press button right in the center. You'll have your hot and cold side of your sink. And then down here, your griddle will just quick connect. That'll just snap off right there. You have this valve for on and off. This will just press in. This here is your leash attach, so that you can hook up all your furry friendly family members. Sorry about that. And then on the bottom and the back here, this here is going to also be your back stabilizer jack. Step here, this will fold up onto the inside, and you'll just latch that right there. Then you can press this in and adjust your step leg length as well. This door here is going to be on a friction hinge, so it does take a little bit for it to move. The reason for that is your screen door. If it is closed, you don't have to worry about this just blowing around with a little bit of a breeze. And when running your awning out, you'll just hit your extend on your awning button. It'll run out, but you can actually overextend the awning. So you always want to make sure the canvas is rolling in on top of the cylinder, not the bottom. As I roll out to the end, when the flap goes down, I want to stop about right there, but if I keep going, it'll actually start to roll up backwards, and then it'll hold water on the top, so I won't want to do that. I'm going to want to stop it about right there. And then here, you can undo this, pull it down, lock it into place, and that is going to adjust the pitch of your awning so your water will shut off to the one side. And at the end of the awning here, you have a little rubber cap at the top. You can pop that off, and there's an override in there. You can run that in and out manually if need be. So, and you're going to have your speakers. You're going to have zone 1 and zone 2 on your radio. That's going to be your inside and outside. Zone 1 will be your inside, zone 2 will be your outside. Here you're going to have your black tank flush. What this is a spray to clean out the inside of the black tank. When you are dumping the tank, always make sure that you have your black tank valve opened when you are using this, otherwise you are going to fill up the black tank. And then this here is going to be your outside outlet. And then a cable connection here for your TV. And then you'll have a TV bracket here on the outside as well. This here is going to be your range hood vent. You do want to have that opened when you are using the range hood, but you do want to have it closed when you are going down the road, especially if it's raining. Vehicles will kick up moisture and it'll go right up into there. On the wheels here, you do have the quick check tire monitoring system. So this is going to be green when your tires are good, and then you're going to have a yellow and then a red if they do go low. And then as far as the cap here, you can pop this off, and it is a easy lube axle, so you can grease that up just by popping off the cap right there. And then furnace vent, we do recommend that if you're in a place where there's a lot of mud daubers and wasps, that you get a screen that goes over the top of that just so they don't go in there and nest in there. And then front here, you will have a logo down here on the floor with the light right here. And it'll have a wolf head emblem right there. Door to the back bathroom will be here. It is on a friction hinge as well. The stairs will be a little bit different. That'll fold up, slide in. And we'll go on to the inside. This here will be your shower. Toilet, you'll just press and hold down on it until everything is flushed out. And then this here is going to be your on and off switch for your lights. This will be your water heater temperature control. If you press your power button twice, the screen will light up, and then you can adjust that water heater temperature. And then this here is Celsius to Fahrenheit. And even though you do power off the screen, as long as this red light is on, that is indicating that the water heater is turned on, and you should be able to get hot water as long as your propane is turned on. This here is your GFI reset. So if you get water into any of the outlets and it does trip it, you'll just reset that right there. This will just be storage. And then up top here, if you pull this knob down, that's going to unlock it. And you will have a 1 through 4 for your fan speed. And that will be sucking air out. Here on this side, you will have a 150 watt inverter. So just flip the switch right there, turn that on, and that will be running off of your battery, or if you're hooked up to Sure Power, as long as you turn that on, you should be able to use that. And then just more storage inside here. These lights are all press button right in the center. You will have a backer for a TV mount right here. It'll be in this general area. You'll just feel it, and you'll be able to feel the backer that's right in here. And then your TV connection will be right here, and your electric outlets will be right there. And underneath the bed, you do have storage. And at the end of the walkthrough, we'll be going over the winterizing process, and I'll be going right under here and going to the water pump to go through that process. Here on the thermostat, you'll just press and hold. Your screen will light up, and then you're going to have your power button as your mode button as well, and you'll just hit it till it goes to your cool or your heat, whichever you'd like. You can adjust that temperature right there, and then you can control your fan speed as well. It's your low and high, and then heat. When you do turn on your furnace, It will take about 1 to 3 minutes to shut off, just to go through a cool down cycle before it actually shuts down. And then you'll just press and hold to turn that off. And this here will be your TV booster. You will want to make sure the green light is turned on if you do want to bring in your local channels, but you do want to have that turned off if you are hooked up to an on-site cable. And then this here is going to be your TV mount right there. Pantry will be right here. Refrigerator, you'll be able to open up from both sides. And the bottom will be your freezer. Down here, you're going to have your LP carbon monoxide detector, and then your breakers and fuses, and they're all labeled there. Up here, we'll have your light off, and then light, and then also your exhaust fan. And we'll have storage up here, and then this here is the app that you can download for the manual for your camper. Stove top here, so just fold out, and then you'll just turn on your knob, and then use your striker to ignite it. And then this button is for your lights. Then you have a convection oven right down here. And you'll have storage space here as well. Kitchen. You'll have your grates here to wash your vegetables and things in. And then you also have a glass washer. So when you do press this in, it is going to squirt up, so you're going to want to have a cup across the top of that if you do that. And you will want to make sure that you winterize that as well, just by pressing down and holding on that. Just more storage here. And then you do have a soap dispenser right here as well that you can pull out. The stick is in the bottle. You can take that off from underneath. You're going to have manuals, things like that in here as well. And your TV bracket. And this here is going to be your trash can. Here, this is going to be your monitor panel. You're going to have your battery, fresh, black, and gray tank. And then this here is going to be your water pump to pressurize your freshwater tank line. And then this here is going to be your tank heater, main light, convenience light, auxiliary light, awning light, slide room in and out, and awning extend and retract. This will be your battery voltage. This is going to be your zone 1 and zone 2 on your radio for your inside and outside speakers. And then this here is going to be your power, your mode. If you take that over to not pair, that's going to be your Bluetooth, and you can pair that with your phone. If you press your power button once, it mutes it. Press and hold will power it off. And this here is the RQ code that you would scan when you go to connect to your One Control app for your camera. Here will be also your control for your AC that is in the back, because you do have 2 ACs. Right there. And then you just press and hold on it to power it off. Here on the inside, you're just going to have storage here. Have your ladder. Slide down right there. More storage in here. And then you do have a TV connection up top with C cable, USB port, and then the electric outlet. These lights in here are as well, all just press button right in the center. You do have an emergency exit window right here. You'll just pull this tab up, press it out, it'll be able to open up, and then if you want to exit, you'll just pull the red knob, that'll pop the screen out, and then you'll just press this right on through. And the table here, you just give it a bit of a wiggle. Come right off. The legs will come off. The table will just set right down. And then you'll take the two centerpieces, hold them right in here. That there should be able to travel like that as you're going down the road as well. And then these will slide out, but you do have to lift up on them. There is a catch down here, just so they don't slide out as you're going down the road. Those will go on back through. Jackknife sofa will be right here. Just fold out. If you do grab the back and pull it towards you, it does make it a whole lot easier. And then these here are the zebra blinds. Okay, and that'll be it for the inside walkthrough of the 2019. And so to winterize the camper, we'll come right down here. You'll have your low point decal. You go right underneath, you're going to have your hot and cold side of your low points. You'll want to open those up, and then you'll open up all your faucets, and you'll make sure that you're draining all the water out as much as possible. After you do that, you'll close everything back up, including your low point drains, and then you'll come inside. You'll go down to your water pump, which is underneath your bed area here. And right in here, there is going to be a valve. And if that valve is pointed in line, that there means it will be sucking water out of the freshwater tank. But what you're going to want to do is flip this valve over to the hose that has the end on it with the cap. You're going to remove that cap, and you're going to put this hose into your RV antifreeze jug. And what that'll do is when you turn on your water pump, then it will suck water, RV antifreeze, out of there instead of sucking water out of your freshwater tank. And then you'll go around and you'll run the hot and cold side on everything until you have pink RV antifreeze coming out everywhere. Just make sure that you do your cup wash, your toilet, and your outside shower. That is the main forgotten things. But also do all your hot and cold lines, their low points as well. Make sure they have RV antifreeze run through them. And then we usually dump 7 to 9 ounces of RV antifreeze down each P-trap. And make sure you drain your fresh black and gray tank. And you should be good for the winter.